Alright, so it's patch 9.4, baby. We're gonna take a look at the patch notes on stream and yeah, just go over them real quick. I think there are some Conqueror changes that could affect ADC, but that's all I know of this patch. So oh yeah, and today is patch 9.4, so I might as well read it right now. Alright, Karthus. Oh my god, Karthus nerf. I think it could have been shipped last patch, but okay. There is a problem with Karthus jungle. I saw it everywhere and it got super obnoxious in the sense that even if you are ahead in the game, in solo queue at least, he'll just press R and all of a sudden you got problems. So he gets a lot of money, scales really well. He does a lot of damage with his ulti. It's really disgusting. Sure, there's counterplay where you can like invade him and fight him early and stuff like that. But honestly, in solo queue, that's just it is more likely that if they had a Karthus, you're just gonna die when he presses R and your jungle is unable to punish as hard. I think part of it might be because he had such good single target damage with his Q, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to wave clear as fast. But yeah, his Q and E are really good for jungling. Anyways, let's see. His damage was nerfed by 5, so this will hurt his jungle clear for sure. Right? Remember, his passive is tripled against single target things, I guess is the word, single target enemies, right? So if he's doing like a buff and he Qs like 6 times, what's 6 times 3? Well, what's 5 times 3 times 6? That's how much damage he lost on the first clear. So maybe he had to throw an extra Q, I don't know. But it'll hurt his clear, right? It'll slow it down a little bit. And maybe he'll take more damage because of it. Base damage on single target. Oh wow. Oh, okay, that's just the math, right? Oh, it does double damage. Whoops. Wait, no, does it do double damage? Yeah, it does double damage. It does double damage. Whoops, not triple damage. Wow, I thought it did triple damage. What the heck? Interesting. Doubled. Oh, I'm boosted. Alright, well, double damage. So, okay. What's 5 times 2 times 6, right? Missing 60 damage on the first, the first buff maybe. I don't know how many times he presses Q on a buff, but whatever, however many times he does that, it's gonna hurt a little bit. So that's nice at least. W cost increase, base damage decrease. Thank the Lord. So basically what's going on with Lucian was level 1, he could just throw out his W and if it hits you, it's worth. And I'm just like, excuse me, when did Lucian become a poking champion? And it's worth because you took enough damage that you lost a significant enough amount of damage, amount of health that he does it a bunch of times in a row, you got problems. So before, like a year or two ago, it wasn't really a problem because it did no damage comparatively to the cost, like cooldown / mana / damage. But now the cooldown is back up before you can really punish, and if he hits you, you've already lost because he's gonna double shot you. And yeah, and it's very flexible in the sense that you can just throw it out whenever he wants instead of having to Q through minions or Q you instead. So it's good that you see the mana cost increase because at least he can't just spam it without being punished, in the sense that if he misses, maybe he's just missing a lot of mana, right? And then base damage decrease by 10. So we're getting into the range of maybe it's not worth to throw a W level 1 just to poke, because that was really obnoxious, I'm telling you. That's actually it's actually really disgusting how that would be a thing. And then interesting how base damage went down by 30 at rank 5, because there was a Lucian build in LCK. I forget who did it, but they maxed W first against like a range. It was like a super long range matchup like Caitlyn or something, and he just fired that off incessantly. So this is gonna prevent W max first, which I think is really strange on Lucian. Seeing that this guy's he wants to go in and make stuff happen, trade all in, but this W spam playstyle is more like poke, right? So what is this? Burrowed Q now grants Fury. Okay. Unburrowed Q ends when burrowed for more than 1 second. Burrows on respawn. Tremor sense visuals brightened. R is undodgeable. R is undodgeable? Wait, you can't flash and or dash out of the way? So Here's the thing with dodgeable and undodgeable stuff. I think it's really strange how you can't dodge things like Rengar auto attack, but you can dodge things like Fizz Q, right? I think that's like some of the there's some inconsistencies in the sense that there are targeted abilities. Some things are gonna hit you, and some things are not. And when it's unblockable, it feels bad to the guy getting hit, and if it's dodgeable, it feels bad to the guy casting it, right? But honestly, just being targeted and being, you know, not being able to do anything about it, I think is kind of sucks for the guy getting hit. I mean, obviously we're ADC main, so we're biased, but that's just how I feel in general. But it's okay. Definitely a buff. I think one of the reasons why Rek'sai isn't really popular is because, you know, her ulti has counterplay in the sense that you have flash and or movement abilities that can get away. So Bird Q now grants Fury. So she fires off her skill shot, right? That gives you a Fury. That's fine. That's quite nice in the sense, you know, you Q and then pop out and auto attack and you have a bunch of Fury. That's I think that's fair, right? Gives 25 Fury. Yeah, that's nice. It'll definitely help her gank pattern. If you land a Q, I mean, landing a Q wasn't really necessary for the gank, but now it'll definitely help your gank. So you have people are getting ganked have a thing to dodge. Like you have to watch out for dodging this Q, otherwise you're giving her Fury, right? So yeah. Effect now ends, goes a cooldown. Rek'sai is buried for more than 1 second. Yeah, that's basically. It seems like you might see some Rek'sai. I don't know. There's a quality of life changes with the Q and her ulti. So we'll have to see. Sylas, Q radius increased versus champions. Q radius, is that the detonation or the chains? Oh, detonation is increased versus champions. Oh, okay. So it's easier to hit the Q. W heal decreased. All right, that was obnoxious. I remember people are like, go Grievous wounds first because he healed for so much. If you max it first, people are maxing it first against melee mids. It's kind of funny. Put Sylas mid against some kind of like melee mid and bam, W spam. R no longer fizzles if Sylas loses vision of his target. I think that's fine, right? If you press R, he's gonna get the ulti. So I didn't really know this was actually a problem, but that's fine. It's like, it seems like a bug fix. So yeah, Q got buffed basically. The W got nerfed, which is nice. You know, again, staying away from this W spam, this interesting strategy where they just gain a bunch of health at like level 9. You know, this thing is maxed and they heal for a ton. So you might not have to build executioners first, but we'll see. Cool. Thresh Q cost increased, cooldown increased early. Okay, this is some Thresh nerfs. So wow, super dude. If you miss this hook, Omega punishing 20 seconds. What the hell? Increased by 4 seconds. That's a 25% increase, guys. Like, let's compare it to Blitz, right? Blitz hook was always super long cooldown. Oh wow, not even the first thing that comes up. Blitz cooldown was super long. And yeah, it's the same, almost the same cooldown. It is the same cooldown level 1. 20 seconds, guys. Like you can't, like if you miss, you better not miss, I guess, when you're playing Thresh. So basically, the Threshes who do land their hooks, no problems, right? You're not gonna be affected as much. Okay, it's still gonna be some kind of effect, right? But the Q cooldown is reduced when you land it, right? So let's take a look. Let's see. Where is it? Reduces cooldown by 3 seconds. Okay, actually, yeah, it's gonna affect everyone. Lol. I thought it was a percentage-based cooldown, but nah. All right, everyone gets hit by this. You're good or bad doesn't matter. You lost some time on your Q here. But if you are good, then landing it, you don't really care about it coming up again, right? Let's say in lane, for lane. Out of lane, right? If you Q max Q, it's still the same, right? 12 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds. In lane, if you hit, you're likely to get something done or not done, and you're not gonna get a second Q up. So this is not gonna affect people who are using it properly. If you miss, or if you're auto-filled or you're just missing, then you are gonna be super punished because you have no Q for the longest time ever, right? So yeah, it's gonna hurt the not so good Threshes, we'll say. And the mana, okay, the mana increases. I would have thought that this cooldown increase is enough for his death sentence, but I guess mana nerfs too. I think Thresh was having mana problems even if you started missing Qs, so you're gonna have even more mana problems. Q cost increased, W shield decreased, cost increased early, just got nerfs for early game. I guess less Q spam, or if you spam Q, you're gonna lose mana, right? Lose mana more, and W mana increase. Wow, he's gonna, when you play Urgot, you're gonna have to make sure you're not using your abilities whenever you want, because you're gonna run out of mana, I guess, right? Look at this, 20 increased mana on your Q and on your W. Wow, good luck with that. And oh my gosh, shield nerf. Wow. So I guess they're just really hurting Urgot's laning phase. Less mana to work with and less of a shield to play with. Attack AD increased, Q crit damage decreased for Yasuo. So he has less AD, but wait. Oh, decreased. Oh, it's just a nerf. Oh, okay. I think having to deal with the new Phantom Dancer and all that stuff, Yasuo, could be a problem, but it seems like they're just nerfing him now. I didn't really see any Yasuo in my solo queue games, but honestly, I haven't been really playing that much solo queue, so the Yasuos I saw were like, let's just say it was matchmaking was interesting with the Yasuos on my team or the enemy team. So it's interesting how they are nerfing this back, I think it's because of Infinity Edge Revert, right? Okay, yeah. So they're like, oh, buff Yasuo because IE lost crit chance, and then oh, nerf him because it's back, right? I think that's fair. Wow, attack speed growth increased, Q damage increased, W recast range increased. Holy shit, everything's being buffed. R no longer grants AD on kill. Okay, that was kind of weird where his ulti gave you damage on kill, because it's like, it feels like if you do that, it turns him into some kind of snowball champion, where if you don't do that, you're gonna have problems, right? Inherently. Otherwise, you know, if he didn't have problems, even though he didn't kill people, that would seem like really strong ulti. And balance wise, but everything else is getting buffed in compensation for removing this, so it makes Zed more consistent. He doesn't need to kill someone on his ulti to have good value, right? I mean, yeah, basically, I think that's totally fine. It makes it more consistent. I think it's really good. Wow, recast range. This is outplay potential, baby. If you ever played Zed, it is not very clear how far away you can press W again to go for massive bamboozles. I remember the first time I played Zed, I was like, I'm so far away. I'm trying to press W and go back to my shadow, and I was like, oh, I guess there's a range to which, you know, you can't just W and then like fly super far away, like take a lantern and then W back. Nah, it doesn't work that way. But if they increase the range, you have more bamboozle potential. I think this is a skillful Zeds will enjoy this a lot. Raise the Shuriken buff. Okay, so it's gonna help his laning for sure. I mean, you max this first, so not only laning but pretty much all stages of the game, mid game, late game, whatever. By level 9 is gonna be pretty strong. You got a 0.1 10% increase on your bonus attack damage buff and 10 extra damage. So it doesn't seem like much, but remember, when you're ulting and using your full pattern, you're trying to hit them with 2 or 3 shurikens, right? So that damage adds up, and then it's also amplified by your ulti. So that damage adds to your ulti, so it's gonna really buff up his kill potential. Level 6, level 11, you know, level 9, whatever. If you can land your shurikens, right? So, and oh wow, cooldown decrease too. So very nice. It's gonna help. You know, you take a point in W by like level 3, right? So you get a level 2, honestly. So you don't really change this for a while, but this is nice. You just 2 seconds on cooldown. It'll help them be able to cast W more. Basically, if you don't know how to play Zed, this doesn't matter. But if you can land everything, this is not bad. Pretty good buff. I think LL Stylish will enjoy this. New Conqueror. So basically, people compare it to old Fervor, where you stack, and then you get a bunch of stacks, and then once you have max stacks, you have extra damage, right? Or extra what's it called? Benefits once it's fully stacked. So I think now it's damaging attacks and abilities on champions. By the way, you can't stack on minions, right? Grant 3 to 15 adaptive force 15 is actually a lot, level 18. 15 adaptive force. Stacking up to 5 times, that's like 75 adaptive force, level 18. This scales, man. This scales. Level 1 would be like 15 adaptive force at max stacks, right? So Conqueror, 3 seconds for ranged and 8 seconds for melee. So heavily favoring melee champions taking this. In the top, I think is geared towards top lane, right? You can even say jungle though. I think Inori messaged me and he was like, "Yo, Rek'sai can be a thing with Conqueror because you can just auto attack a bunch of times to get your E out, and then E with all this extra adaptive force, right? Something like that. But yeah, I mean, maybe range champions can use this, right? It's like people are saying like this is old fervor. At 5 stacks, 10% of your damage against champions is converted to true damage, and you heal for that amount. Definitely a tank buster kind of rune, where true damage has the most value against people who build health and armor. Not health, sorry, armor and magic resist, because it ignores how armor and magic resist. People who build health, that's usually the old school counter to true damage, because health is like, what's it called? There's no armor to bypass, or magic resist to bypass, right? You just have flat health. But tanks definitely get resistances, so this is definitely a tank busting kind of idea going on here. And then you heal for that amount, so you can out sustain them as well. Slash, yeah, very small sustain. So 10% of damage sustain. What do you think? Is that small? It's not bad. It's only against champions though, so don't think that this is a replacement for Bloodline or anything, or Vamp Scepter or Doran's Blade or whatever, right? You still need your lifesteal somewhere, but it's not bad. Damage over time effects and ongoing sources of damage, like Yorick's ulti, can only grant 1 stack every 5 seconds. Oh, okay, so you're not gonna get like a million stacks from like Teemo Poison or Nivea ulti, right? That would get really strange really quick. Like imagine Twitch Poison, right? Yo, excuse me, can I get automatic Conqueror? If I have a Runons on Twitch and I hit 3 people with Runons, do I get a stack for every dude that's poisoned, or just one dude in general? My instinct is every dude that's poisoned, but I'm not really sure. That's something to test out right after we do patch notes. So yeah, definitely gonna be the thing you take against tanks. Gives you a lot less flat damage up front, like the whole Jax and whole Jax shenanigans. I mean, a lot of Jax takes Halo Blades, right? But a lot of top lane shenanigans had Conqueror going on. So it's interesting. Draven is going to be affected, right? Draven used to like Conqueror. I mean, you can still get, I'm sure you can still get Conqueror. ADCs taking Conqueror, it would have to be better than Lethal Tempo or Press the Attack or Fleet Footwork, right? So my instinct would be something like maybe the champions who took Fleet Footwork, maybe you want something, you want a damage rune that isn't Press the Attack or Lethal Tempo, and the first thing that comes to mind is Caitlyn. Maybe you want to try it on Caitlyn. I believe Caitlyn took some Caitlyn's took Fervor back when Fervor was a thing, right? Who else? Let's pull up the champion list. Maybe Ashe, right? Ashe, volley, and then auto attack a bunch of times, then press Q, right? Instead of Lethal Tempo, you could take Conqueror. Let's see. Conquer Ezreal, is that spicy or what? Is this how much is this damaging attacks and abilities? All right. Probably not Jhin. Wow, actually maybe damaging attacks and or abilities. So even though your auto attacks don't really, I mean your Q can your Q bounce? Does this Q bounce work? I mean, maybe. I mean, hey, maybe Jhin could try it. Although he doesn't his attack speed on Jhin doesn't make you attack faster. So stacking it later might be a problem. But you could totally bounce Jinx. Does your rocket splash? Does that rocket splash? Damage attacks and abilities. So if you auto attack one dude and splashes to the other, holy shit! Did you just insta stack immediately? How about Runons? Runons, I heard Runons doesn't interact with it. That would be so insane. Wow, actually, you know, ADC might actually take this. Hold up. Everyone has attacking damage and or abilities, right? Very interesting, very interesting. Lucian, you definitely probably press the attack. Like, it's too strong on Lucian to not take. Vayne, I would imagine you still don't take this. I mean, it's hard to stack, right? Unless you're late game, and by that point, you don't really need Conqueror to kill people. You just W with the Rage Blade interaction. Who else? Maybe Twitch. Maybe Twitch instead of press the attack. Maybe this could be better. My gut instinct says no, though. If poison only gives you 1 stack, because I mean, you're not gonna get the fight isn't gonna last more than 5 seconds when you come out of stealth. Then probably not Twitch, right? But wow, Jinx rockets. You know, Kaisa Q. This Kaisa Q. That definitely only gives 1 stack. There's no way Kaisa Q gives you 5 stacks immediately. No way. Right? There's no way. That would be crazy. Holy shit, that would be Kaisa. Let's go, baby. Instant stack Conqueror on the first guy you see. Yeah, we'll test out some of these champions and see how it goes. But my instinct is something like long range, Ashe, Caitlyn, Jinx, maybe Kaisa, maybe some crazy interactions like Jhin Q bounce, maybe Siver W bounce could give you a bunch of stacks of Conqueror. But if it's not better than what these champions are already taking, then you know, people won't take it, right? It's just testing time, baby. This patch. Essence Reaver, attack damage increase cooldown now is unique, so people are stacking Essence Reavers low, so you can't stack Essence Reavers, and it gives you 580. No one cares about this. You're still not gonna build this first if you didn't build it. If you were building Infinity Edge because it does more damage, you're still gonna be building Infinity Edge. Let's see. Oh, this is the changes to stop the whole Spell Thief's Edge shenanigans. Okay. That if you didn't know, it was like people were just doing 0 CS top lane like Zillion or Karma and just hitting people for money instead of CSing. So they are getting rid of that. You can still do a bot lane, but you can't do it in solo lanes. So thank God. Simple changes. Okay, a 0 buff, sure, whatever. Gnar buff, okay, cool. Gnar hasn't really seen any play in solo queue, so that's kind of cool. Wow, Hecarim buff. Get that away from me. I'm an ADC main, so I don't like this, but hey, I think that's fair since you don't really see any Hecarim. Rengar. Fix the bug where empowered Q dealt more rank 1 damage than intended. You call this a bug? 70 to 30? This is... 70 to 30 is a bug. Excuse me? Dude, that's more than double the damage it was. That's literally more than double the damage. I mean, it doesn't really matter by the time he comes out and one-shots you, but maybe his clear is a lot better than it should have been, you know? What the hell? Okay. Oh my, Siver's bugged too. W dealt more damage than intended. Oh, this is a bug too, I guess. What the hell? Did 0.05... ratio total attack damage more than whatever, dude. Blight stacks dealt less damage than it was supposed to. Dude, what's going on here? How are these all bugs? How are these all bugs that weren't cut before? What's going on? Remove Storm Razor from recommended items. Yeah, that's good. Remove Spear Sojourn from recommended items. Okay, sure. Whatever. W cost decrease, attack speed increase. No one cares about Trundle, right? I mean, sure, you get more attack speed, I guess. That's cool. Do you even max this? Not really. Not until like level whatever, 13. Alright, sure. This is just to prevent people from blocking their minions in lane. It was a case in LCS where it happened, so they made it so you're not going to do that anymore. That's fine. I don't care about ARUF. All random Earth. Effects updates and what is this? Animation updates, whatever. Ranked. Wow, challenger is open. Yay! Reset ranked, please. OP splashing can now put your off positions into promo series. That's cool. You can get decay warnings for your off positions. Okay. Whatever. No one cares about this. Reset ranked, please. That's the only thing I'm looking for when I look at these rank changes. Okay. Please, for the love of God, fix the ranked. or you will actually see no one play ranked. Like that's actually gonna happen. Like people are starting to not play this. I am starting to not play this game because matchmaking is a disaster in the sense that, you know, sometimes you have solo laners versus challenger last season and you get shit on, or sometimes you have the challenger and they have the diamond 4 last season and they get shit on. It's not even a game, okay? It's like we're playing like normals actually though. The skill difference is literally what you see in some normal games. That's not an exaggeration. Okay. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. All right, interesting stuff. We're gonna test some Conqueror right now. I'm gonna test some Kai'Sa. I'm gonna test some Jinx. I'm gonna test some Caitlyn. Is anything else? Anything else we want to test, guys? But yeah, I mean maybe Ashe. I'm not gonna play Ashe anyways. Let's be real. Jhin. We'll try Jhin. But besides that, yeah, that's I think that Conqueror can be good for ADCs. We'll see. If not, then you know, back to business as usual. We'll see how the patch affects the game. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.